What's poppin', T subs and T squad? So check this out, right? I was still up and I had the episode already DVR'd. And I say, you know what? Why put off tomorrow? What the hell you could do tonight? I already look tired, disheveled, and every damn thing else, child. So it is what it is. The perfect look for this damn show. Um, So this is Love After Lockup. I know the thing says during lockup. It shouldn't say during lockup. It's supposed to say after lockup. So since it says during lockup, I'm about to go on ahead and just put this right here. I'm starting to get tired. This is Love After Lockup. This is season. I can't believe I did. I thought I had changed that. Anyway, this is season 4, episode 3. Girl, don't track me. All right. So Tyler and Chance. Chance gets out of jail. Fine. Chance seems to feel like once he get out, that he about to start making his nut swing around these ladies' house like he King Tut or somebody. Sir, you don't even have no rights in the free world yet. So for you to sit up in here and feel like that you about to come in and completely disrupt the dynamics of these two women, yeah, I just don't see that happening. I honestly don't see Tyler really choosing you over her sister, and I'm telling you right now, Chance, you're fighting a losing battle because that's that woman's sister. You know, the nerve of you to think that you're so important that you're just gonna come and like I said again, just completely dismantle the comfortability of these women. More importantly, Bobby, because Bobby didn't do shit to you. Bobby live there. Bobby paid rent there. You don't. Your name isn't even on the lease, deed or nothing. You know, I never really understood that about motherfuckers that date somebody and then they feel like they about to come in and disrupt something. Like, I don't like Chance. I don't see it for Chance, and fuck them. And then this shit that you got going on with Chance and your daughters is sickening. It's real sickening. To all of you parents up there that are throwing y'all children out there in the woods, finding it okay to make them latch on to man after man after man after man after man. And then when they get older and they're still doing that same mentality, fucking man at the man at the man at the man at the man. I keep telling y'all, it usually starts at home, and it's gonna start with you, Tyler. Moving on, and I said it. Get mad with me. She raised a future whores around there, because when you sit up there and even when it came down to the little baby crying, feeling jealous, because, and I know I'm skipping, but I don't care. Feeling jealous when he was playing with the other little girl and not her. Like, even with that, there's way too many emotions, deep emotions that should not be at this point. Like, it's weird, it's sickening, it giving me a headache, and we moving on. Rick and Radine. So Radine gets to go home for Thanksgiving. They're giving her a pass to go home for Thanksgiving from the halfway house, or whatever the case may be, and Rick is picking her up. So Radine talks about her life and how living on the right side, living the right lifestyle is boring. It's boring to her, and she's an adrenaline junkie, and that's why she's done the things she do. I mean, she beat her brother with a damn broom handle, I think she said. Then she tried to crack it, split it in half or something, tried to stab him with it, or whatever the hell she said. Like, Radine has real mental issues. And them frowsy ass parents of hers, them frowsy old decrepit ass biddies that she called parents, ain't helping it none. And I really hate to go there with this girl parents, but it's obvious that the ball was dropped some damn where. Like, for her to get out and just, even how she told the story of how she insulted her brother. I mean, it was just like she was telling you how she was walking down the street one day and she stumbled on a damn tree root or something. I mean, it was just so cold, and it was just so nonchalant. It was just so whatever. I mean, hey, it is what it is. You know, if you piss me off again, the same thing might happen. And it's just like, anyway, so Radine is keeping the secret from Rick. It's the same sad story. It's the same thing. I already know that y'all coming out with secrets. I mean, that's obviously a running thing. Nobody's ever honest getting out of jail. I mean, what should we expect? Moving on. And again, yeah, I said it. Get mad with me. Moving on. So Daddy and Tiffany. I ain't got my daddy fan. Well, I do, but I don't feel like getting it. But hey, Kevin, aka Daddy. So Kevin is still pissed about Tiffany not getting out, and then she calls him saying that she did get in trouble and that they was just now disciplining her for it, and they wouldn't let her go home. Why they wouldn't let her go home? Because she was caught bulldagging with her little girlfriend that she got in jail that obviously Daddy knew nothing about. Now, of course, Daddy gives what most dudes give, which is, oh, you know, I really don't care. You know, my girl like girls, I really don't care. But then it becomes, but you know, if she try to step beside herself and try to come in between something, it's a problem. Y'all heteros and the shit that y'all do, but y'all be so concerned about us. I don't know why. Anyway, all of a sudden, she don't want Kevin to come and pick her up. But see, we find out later on why she don't want Kevin to pick her up. And listen, between Curtis and Kevin, yeah, Tiffany, you better off with Kevin. You better off with Daddy, honey, because Curtis gives me regular, degular, schmegler, you know, grew up on the little house on the prairie type of thing, you know, petticoat junction type teas, but whatever. Indy and Harry, I loathe the both of them. Okay, I loathe the both of them equally. Okay, equally. It's not one I loathe more than the other. I loathe them both just the same. So they go back to Lydia's house with their tail tucked between his damn legs because he has to be there. And it was just so sad to hear how Indy has to coach Harry on how to maintain his composure and be a fucking man, like she's talking to her daughter Coco. Like there's just so many red flags, and it's just Indy is she's gone, she's out. Like her mind is on Pluto at this point, and there's no getting it back. So whatever. So Indy apologizes to Lydia, talking about she could have called her to let her know what was going on. Nah, bitch. Her brother should have been the one to call and let them know what was going on. That was the least that his ungrateful, punk, pathetic ass could have done. Period. So Harry feels like his family should have been more considerate in how he feels and making him feel comfortable with coming home. Bitch, you got up here and said that you've been getting in and out of this shit since 15. What more are these people supposed to do for you at this point? You don't think they're getting sick and tired of being sick and tired of constantly as always being you to get into some bullshit when you obviously don't have to? They have to pull together their resources and things that they do to make sure that you got the shit that you need. What do you mean they need to be more considerate of you? Bitch, I can already tell Lydia don't the fuck like you. And I don't blame her for not liking you at all. I don't blame Lydia for not being able to stand the sight of your face. I don't blame her. But she's still willing to put that to the side to not only give you, but your girlfriend with them split ends and her damn daughter a place to stay. I don't know what more consideration can somebody have for you. I don't know. I don't know. I don't know what you're looking for. I don't know what you're saying happened to you. I would love to know what happened to Harry, because Harry really is walking around here feeling as if his life is just in shambles. And I'm sorry, when I look at your mama, when I look at both of your sisters, I don't see that. So I really need for somebody who knows Harry to drop down in the comments and tell me, it's the family taking us for a ride. It's the family taking us for a loop. Because at this point, I like I said, Lydia, you's a much better woman than I'll ever be, because that bitch, his bitch, know her child would have been anywhere in my house. Moving on. Rick and Radden. So her cellmate Kay calls her, and Radden tells Rick that her and Kay are dating, and Kay ain't going nowhere. You know, Rick, you're in another Stan and Lisa situation. Even when you came out and you tried to kiss her, she made a big deal about you trying to stick your tongue down her throat. Not that I blame her, because I seen the inside of your mouth, but looking at Frowsy, because you know she put stuff in you. Y'all know how that go. You know, she totally looked like what she been through. So for her to sit up there and treat you any type of way is beyond me. But it's just, from that point, Rick, that should have been the grand illumination that you needed to show you exactly what you're dealing with. And for her to look at you in your face after you done spent, from what you say, close to $10,000 on her since she's been gone, and for her to treat you that way and look at you in your face to tell you, oh yeah, I got a girlfriend, she's going to be around and she ain't going nowhere, fuck you. I mean, anyway, Lacey and Antoine. I really don't care about Lacey, and I don't care about Antoine. I really don't. At the end of the day, Lacey, while the mama is a drunk men tell no tales. I believe every word of what that woman said about her child. One thing about it, and two things for certain. A mother know her child. A mother know her son. Okay? I don't want to say you're going to deserve what you got, but it's just like, come on, Lacey. You find absolutely nothing wrong or weird with what you did. I mean, granted, you're grown. I believe at the time he was grown, but still, this woman was your friend. That's her damn son. I meet people in my later age who have children, you know, over 18, over 21, over 25. And I'm not sitting around here dating them, because that's my friend. That's my homegirl. And I don't look at if we're cool like that, I'm not looking at your child like that. So it's just like, you're weird. She's weird. Antoine weird. All three of y'all are in the weird situation. Y'all are a weird throuple that's just going to be weird together, because I can't. Moving on. But the mama right. You real naive. Moving on. Tyler and Chance. So then they talk about the sex they had the night before, and she said that she's not disappointed in the dick size. Now, I don't understand how the very well you could not be, considering that we saw him in gray sweatpants and I ain't see a print. But fine, what can I expect? So then Taylor, I went into this. How Taylor talks about the girls clinging to any man, and that's your doing. It is. That's your doing. Oh, well, moving on, because y'all disgusting me with that. So Kayla and Martell, they leave in the hotel. Fine. Martell gets a call after call when they was leaving from Mississippi to go to Atlanta. But he gets this one particular phone call, and I don't know what it was about this one particular phone call that was different from all of the other ones, but she, for some reason, wanted him to put it on speakerphone. And he's like, why? Why do I got to put my phone on speakerphone? Like, what are you getting at? And then she starts going on this diatribe about how she wants to put a GPS locator on his phone and all of the rest of that stuff. Like, Kayla, you cruising for a bruising on your heart. Because when you go snooping for shit, you find it. And at the end of the day, you really can't, because it ain't as if your ass won't out running around out here doing what you wanted to do either. Not that I'm mad at you, and not that you didn't have a right to. Hell, 13 years, I'm going to be fucking until I can't get fucked no more. And by the time Martell get out, he better hope that I ain't got a gaping hole. You understand me? Like, that's the way that I would be carrying it. And I know that's the way that you're carrying it, especially since you got up here talking about something. You know, you don't want the guy that you've been having sex with to come and break up anything that you got. My thing is, Kayla, if it's just sex, he shouldn't feel no type of way about it, because it would be just sex with you, that bitch, that bitch, that bitch, that bitch, so on and so forth. Stop it. Moving on. Indy and Harry. So Harry goes to see his friend John, who was also in a halfway house. And then the truth comes out about Harry, and it's the truth that I've already said. He's not ready. He's too young. He doesn't want none of this. He feels overwhelmed. He obviously feels a way about Indy having Coco calling him Poppy Daddy, as he should, and as everybody else does. And, you know, it's just, hey, at this point, Harry, I don't give a fuck what you do to Indy, because whatever you give to her, that bitch deserve it. Moving on. You done set up there and uprooted your child miles and miles away from her other sisters, and from her other sister and her grandmama and her aunties and her uncles and her cousins. You uprooted your child from everything and everybody that she knows to go off and camp on somebody else's damn couch, because you seem to think that it's love. So Daddy and Tiffany. So Daddy and his friend Brady go out cigar smoking down to the cigar shop, and, you know, have whiskey or whatever. And he's telling her about how funny Tiffany been acting. So then we segue 13 miles down the road to another damn bar in another damn location with two new motherfuckers. That is Curtis and his little homegirl or whatever. So Curtis and Tiffany been knowing each other for over 15 years. He went to high school with her. So obviously she's not a catfish. She ain't none of that, because he know her. He been crushing on her since then. He talked about how they've always been really good friends, but they never slept together. They never dated. She's always kept him on the chase, and he basically don't mind chasing after her, even 15 years later. And apparently she called him to come and pick him up, to come and pick her up from the halfway house instead of Kevin. And now Kevin is still going to carry his fine ass around there to go and pull up on Curtis. And I'm not mad at Daddy for going up around there to pull up on Curtis. All right? Because Curtis was supposed to love you, girl, but better yet, you were supposed to love Curtis and you didn't. Like, that's the thing that I don't understand about people. You've been away from this man. You got locked up and you ain't talked to this man in 5 years. Then you're going to come back into this man life and wreak havoc in it. Like, just leave people where they are. You know what I'm saying? Nobody wants to consciously be put in the middle of your bullshit. You got a fine ass man that want to pick your ass up. You think you be satisfied, because be clear, don't get me wrong, Curtis, you know, he cute for a little yang around little house on the prairie or whatever, but baby, Kevin is daddy. You understand? Whatever, child. Do you? Ain't none of my business. So Chance finally got his license back, but there was some citations on it that they said happened back in 2018. But he's saying he been locked up since 2011 or 2012, and he just got out in 2020, so ain't no way in hell he should have any citations. But that wasn't the issue. The issue was how frustrated that he got with Tyler and mad with her. When he wasn't mad with her, but you could tell by the way that he was talking to her and the way that he was handling the situation. She caught it. She found the real weird. Yeah, you should, because you got daughters around there. Take heed and look at that. Move on, because listen, you need to be careful too, sis, because how you get them is how you lose them. You set up here and talked about how, you know what I'm saying, you was with one guy that was in prison and you left him to be with him while he was still in prison. And then I'm just saying, you reap what you sow. What you do to other people, you get back to times fold. You get my point. Moving on. Rick and Raiden. I keep calling this girl Raiden, Ridden. Rick. Rick and Ray Dean. Okay? Ray Dean. They finally make it to her decrepit ass parents' house for Thanksgiving dinner. And then that's when we find out that the family already knows about Kay and about the situation shit, but they don't know. And my thing about it is with you, One-Legged Louie, her daddy. One-Legged Louie, I got an issue with you because you set up there and you threatened this man in the last episode, but then the whole time you already know that your daughter ain't shit and she's basically using and playing with this man. So you would get mad with him for breaking her heart, but you don't find nothing wrong with what your daughter got going on with this girl and him. One-Legged Louie, I'm going to hell, but Lord forgive me. One-Legged Louie, you can go to hell. Y'all, that's it. That's all I got. I ain't got no more to give y'all. Tonight's episode, it did not have to be a whole hour and 7 minutes. I mean, you know, you could have just left it an hour or 43 minutes. You know, but it for what it was, you know, it entertained me. It entertained me enough to get up here and do this tonight instead of in the morning. But yeah, y'all, that's it. That's all I got. Y'all drop down there because I know y'all hoes still up because it's Friday night and the feeling's right. Oh, it is Friday night. Oh, what a night. And I know y'all there, so go on ahead and sound off in the comments. Let me know what y'all thought about tonight's episode. And I will see y'all tomorrow evening, 10:15 on the main channel for the live review of Love and Marriage Transfield, Season 4, Episode 1, Marso Messi. So y'all definitely make sure to already, the link is made. Make sure to go around there, click on the link, set your reminder, click the like button, go on ahead and start the conversation off in the comments. And yeah, we gonna gag then.